Jet charging comes from in a concept I learned about in 2008. There were a group of college students that built a kit car, and they had a jet turbine engine connected to a generator that was burning kerosene, and they developed this really highly efficient electric car. And I thought it was an amazing idea. And the concept of using a turbine to run a stator, which charges a battery bank inside of the car, was absolutely brilliant. So over the years, looking at the way EV technology has evolved, and for whatever reason, cars are not using internal turbines to generate power, I came up with the concept of, well, why not hybridize it? Why not split the concept where you have a jet turbine turbocharger that's charging EVs on site?
Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Welcome back to the Real Estate Pros Podcast. I'm Kristen, and I'm here with Dave Ogle, who is a mechanical engineer and developer, and we are going to talk about jet charging today. So it's a very exciting concept, and it can really help commercial investors. So thank you for being here, Dave.
Yeah, you bet.
So how about you quickly just kind of go into this jet charging concept? What is it?
Jet charging comes from in a concept I learned about in 2008. There were a group of college students that built a kit car, and they had a jet turbine engine connected to a generator that was burning kerosene, and they developed this really highly efficient electric car. And I thought it was an amazing idea. And the concept of using a turbine to run a stator, which charges a battery bank inside of the car, was absolutely brilliant. So over the years, looking at the way EV technology has evolved, and for whatever reason, cars are not using internal turbines to generate power, I came up with the concept of, well, why not hybridize it? Why not split the concept where you have a jet turbine turbocharger that's charging EVs on site, and then you have an EV that's nothing but wheels and a battery bank. So the jet charger concept comes from a turbine jet turbo engine that is directly connected on shaft to a stator assembly that then runs off of natural gas or liquid propane. If you either one, you can set it up either way, and it's off-grid EV charging. So there's no pressure on the grid. These can be set in place in so many places that level 3 charging is not even possible. You can't have that kind of power draw on the grid. So this is commercial office space where you can take your commercial building and your parking lot and turn it into something that generates revenue. You can get your charging station on the map, get your natural gas lines out there in a simple 120 volt circuit that runs out to the jet charging system that maintains the battery and charges the charging system. It's like a car. You know, it sits in your parking lot, and when you pull up to it, the engine starts up, the generators come on, and you charge your vehicle on a level 3 charging experience, which is about 50 to 65 kilowatt. You can charge a Tesla in about 45 minutes with a level 3 charger, fully, from 0 to 100%.
Okay.
Natural gas is available everywhere in every commercial building. So why not use your existing natural gas to then sell it for power and convert it for electric vehicles? And that's the concept that we came up with.
Yeah, that's amazing. And you kind of touched on it, but could you expand on just the issues with the problem with modern charging today?
Modern charging takes too long. And as there's too much pressure on the grid, we don't have enough grid space, available wattage on the grid for all these electric vehicles to come on board. It just can't happen. You're going to have voltage drops, brownouts. You're going to have transformers fry. It's not possible. We're not there. If we were to have all electric vehicles tomorrow, we would have to have twice the size of the electrical grid that we have today. And we can't do that in one day. It would take decades to be able to build out the electrical grid. But we have natural gas available today. Why not make the conversion and build the equipment that converts it for you, and then create a revenue stream for commercial building owners, gas station owners, strip malls, you name it, anywhere where there's a natural gas line, and they're everywhere. You can get it over to a jet charging system and have your EV charging system set up. Once the lines are trenched and the power is laid in there, just to run the jet charger was simple. It's just a computer circuit, 120 volts, a simple small wire, and a data wire to connect to the internet for credit card processing and things like that. You can have your jet charger set up in about 2 hours after delivery. It's just a
Wow.
platform that lands. You connect it up, wire it in, get it online, you're up and running. You've got
Wow.
EV charging in your parking lot.
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
And then what's the profit margin for these people who own these commercial properties?
Okay, so natural gas can be wildly different state to state in costs.
Okay.
Natural gas is sold in terms of therms. A therm is 100,000 BTUs, right? So when you get billed, you look on your bill, you can take the therm value and you can divide it and find out what the cubic foot cost is. So I'll give you an example. For whatever reason in Utah, they have the cheapest natural gas. It's about $12 per 1,000 cubic feet. Okay. New Jersey, $18.50 per cubic feet. Okay. So it kind of varies between 11, 12 to 18 to $20, kind of depending where you are in the country. But we've done the math on this. You can charge a Tesla in that 45 minutes to 1 hour range at level 3 charging from 0 to 100% with anywhere from 3 to 500 cubic feet. It depends on the battery bank, how large it is, which Tesla model it is. So we're talking about, like in Utah, or an average of a $13 for 1,000 cubic feet. We're talking $6 to $8 cost to the building owner in natural gas costs. They're leasing the equipment. We have a leasing model set up for the charger and the turbine generator that connects to it. Very low maintenance. Under a lease, it's protected under a warranty. That margin is, well, your charging cost total to the consumer would be probably in the $22 to $25 range. That's what they expect. So you're taking $8 of natural gas and you're converting into $25 worth of power sold to the vehicle, maybe $30. It just depends. You make your margins how you see fit, and the availability of EV chargers in your area. I know that in like remote areas, if you have a building that is in a remote area off the highway, you could charge a premium for EV charging because there's nowhere else to charge. What are they going to do? Right? So depending on location, depending on your cost of natural gas, the margins can vary wildly. And we see it as very, very profitable. if it's structured correctly based on your current natural gas costs in your state, and then where your building is, where your property is, depending. If you're close to an interstate highway, you're going to be charging a premium for electric vehicle charging and level 3 charging. People want level 3 charging. They don't want to go to a grocery store and go walk around with a shopping cart for 2 hours because they had to charge their car. And
Right.
we see this a lot where people just try to find something to do. They go to a coffee shop and sit for 2 hours or 3 hours at level 2 charging. That's how long it takes, because you can't put that kind of level 3 charging on the grid. Is to be able to get a permit. And I mean, you would have to jump through tons of hoops to prove to the power company that they have that available power and they can do that. With jet charging natural gas, you don't involve the electric company whatsoever. They don't have anything to do with it. You're running a computer circuit out there that uses just a couple of amps. That's it, just to make the thing alive and so you can process a credit card. All the main power comes from the turbine charger. The turbine that we use has what's called a recuperator. So all you environmental people out there, they, blow a gasket over, we're now going backwards into, hydrocarbons. And okay, you got to look at reality, right?
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency. It's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
The reality is the electricity you have is already coming from natural gas, if not from coal, right? We have very little nuclear power in the United States. So don't get your underwear in a knot over thinking, well, we're going backwards because we're burning natural gas. You're already doing it. If you're charging your vehicle at home, you're getting your power from natural gas, right? So if you want that level 3 charging and you want it today, and you want dependability, and you want to be able to drive the SUVs and the bigger trucks, or seeing, larger 4-wheel drive vehicles now, the Tesla Cybertruck, things like that, that's a level 3 charging vehicle. You don't realize that that thing overnight might not even be able to charge at level 2 if you've been driving it all day. That's 8-9 hours of charging to be able to bring a car like that up at level 2 charging. Level 3 charging is a whole nother category. We're talking about 50 kilowatt and above. And, at level 3 charging, the Tesla Cybertruck was designed to charge in about 3 hours. And that's what our system would do. I see a future possibly for large homes that, or offices that want to integrate EV charging for their employees and be off grid. I mean, there's a whole bunch of different ways to do it, but jet charger and jet turbine charging is the way to do it. We have the available natural gas. We have one of the biggest reserves in the world in South Dakota. It's time to revolutionize for clean burning natural gas. Now back to the exhaust coming out of a jet turbine. You got to understand that you have natural gas coming into a turbine that's spinning and burning, right? But all these jet turbines have what's called recuperators, where they send the gas back through the intake and then it reburns again. So it burns everything off clean, then it goes through a catalytic converter, kind of like in your car. It cleans it up there, and then it's released back out into the atmosphere. And if you look into natural gas exhaust using a recuperator, there is very little environmental impact. It is the cleanest burning hydrocarbon there is. Diesel is particles and nastiness. Gasoline is horrific, with the exhaust that comes off of gas engines. Bringing and hybridizing natural gas with EVs is the future.
Yeah.
It
And
has to be. It can't go any other way.
mhm. Yeah, I mean, it's awesome how passionate you are about the topic. You were talking a lot about kind of that charging anxiety that people feel, when they have to charge their electric car. Can you go into that a little bit more?
Charging anxiety is being recognized in the fields of psychology and psychiatry, and it's real because you're on the interstate and you're at 23% charge, and now you're biting your fingernails, going, "Oh no, oh my God, I might not be able to make it home," and the anxiety of being stuck on the highway. the anxiety of not being able to pick up your kid at daycare, the anxiety of all of this builds up, and it turns people into these worrywart freaks that
Yeah.
they're just bent and not knowing, like, oh my God, what about the range? What about this? What about that? Okay, if I can get to Betsy's house, I could plug in my car there, and then I could get to the daycare by 4. And then, people are trying to figure this out and how to make it work. And with the lack of EV charging stations out there, and there's a huge lack of them because the electrical won't permit them because they draw too much power. And you can't have level 3 chargers just pop up everywhere. It'll overload the grid. So charging anxiety can be relieved by bringing in natural gas turbine recuperating turbine systems that can turn on, run these electric generators to then provide EV charging power and have more of them, have them all over the interstates, have them in neighborhoods. The turbine engines are quiet. There's a nice just kind of hum like a kitten's purr when they operate. There's no pistons, like anything like that. They just come on and they have kind of a low buzzing kind of tone. They kind of hum and then they turn down and shut down. They're very, very low maintenance. They can be installed if you have natural gas and a power line ran, roughed in the ground, trenched, and ready in a parking lot. You can have a jet charging system delivered, dropped, and have it running in 2 hours.
Wow.
That's all it takes.
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
Yeah, and can you talk about some of like the test studies that you've been doing and kind of the success you've seen already?
The testing is really about, well, one, margins, about how can we help commercial property owners make money in their parking lots, right? It varies wildly depending on what you pay for natural gas, your location, how close you are to an interstate highway or to a busy roadway, or how close you are to the city limits, downtown,
Mhm.
things like that. We've spent a lot of time kind of studying this, and generally you can double your money at a minimum when you're buying natural gas and then reselling it for electricity. The equipment's all leased, right? There's a bunch of different ways and options that you can lease it over terms. Um, that issue is solved. The maintenance is really, really low. Recuperating turbines really don't have much of any maintenance. They're pre-lubricated and pre-set up to spin and run for hundreds of thousands of hours, right? These turbines come from the turbines that were developed for oil platforms so they can have power remote. There's a company in California that builds the turbine, and that's the one we chose to use in the EV charging system. So the skid, if you will, that comes with the charger and the turbine all together on it, ready to go, and you can just land it. Um, it's We spent 2 years of research. I worked with a group of people that operate a battery plant in Warrensburg, Missouri. That's where the original idea came from. We were all on a project together there, an engineering project. That's what I do. I design control systems and electrical control systems. And we came up with this concept and it just blew up. And we started talking to more and more people about it. And then we got the attention of Flying J Pilot, the truck stop chain. And they have a headquarters in Kansas City where I live. And they sent me to the head of fuel purchasing, a guy named Armand. He's from Russia. He's got a wild story of how he came to America and everything. He's a wonderful guy. And we got into discussions with, looking at the margins, looking at the feasibility of this, and looking at a way to bring Tesla's semi truck to life and be able to get it on the open highway and
Mhm.
hit these truck stops where they can have level 3 charging in a way where they can get their hours logged driving and the time that they sleep and they have to take a break. They have their charging times. and then they get back on the road and go. So those interstate I-70 across the country, I-10, you know, looking at the reality of how far the ranges are and how many stations you would have to have and how many of them at each truck stop you would have to make it all work.
Hmm.
And getting diesel exhaust out of the air is the first. If you want to make a dent environmentally, diesel is dirty. It is dirty, dirty, dirty stuff. And it's not so much the gases, it's the particulates that come out of diesel. They get into people's lungs, animals' lungs. They stick to things. They stick to your food. You've got crops that are on the side of the highway. They're getting hit with diesel particulates, right? So you got petroleum that's hitting crops, you know, floating, blowing through the air. You see the smog above Los Angeles, Denver, giant death cloud, you know, when the sun goes down. Gasoline and diesel exhaust. That's, if we can convert to natural gas, I think in 10 years, you're going to see a lot of natural gas cars. You're going to see natural gas pumps, right? You're going to see propane coming back on the scene more so, but it's
Yeah.
happening and we're trying to follow that trend with natural gas EV charging where we can hybridize it and make it viable for the EV people, whether it be cars or cyber trucks or semi trucks. Either way, bring up level 3 charging using hydrocarbons of natural gas.
I love that. So it's really, I mean, it's a win win win. It's a win for the consumer, it's a win for the commercial owners. And it seems
Yeah.
like just a win for the grid as well, kind of with environmental factors.
Have to take baby steps. We cannot go from running gasoline to 100% EV. You're making that giant leap, and that
Yeah.
leap is the Grand Canyon. It can't happen. You have to take baby steps. We might get our grid built out someday, maybe 100 years from now. We have small micro nuclear plants all over the country, right? Nuclear is unbeatable. It's the cleanest, best power there is. And there's a lot of scare tactics around nuclear that just aren't really, they're not reality. It's not as dangerous as some people make it out to be. But bang for buck, nuclear, you get a lot of power. It just blows the doors off of hydrocarbons completely. But we're not there yet. So we're in baby steps, right? So we slowly phase out gasoline and we bring in natural gas. And the futures of natural gas look really bright. They really do, considering the reserves
Amazing.
we have, and we need to utilize it, make it work.
Right. Well, that's amazing. And I think that's such a great point to end on. Very uplifting. Tell people where to find you and how to get involved with jet charging.
Yeah, you have my contact information, email. I don't know if you can put it up on the screen, but it starts with an email. You can email me and I can explain what the leasing options are and how to get your turbine, what charger you want to use, and get it all put together and have it shipped out to you. It's a really simple process. We've worked with Tritium as far as the chargers go. We just work with any charging company that's willing to connect with our turbine system and set it up.
Hmm.
Um, it's really easy. How do you do this? Do you share the email address within
Yeah,
the
share the email
podcast?
address. Yeah.
Okay, it's DRO email at gmail.com, like D dog, R's and Roy O, and then the word email at gmail.com. That's my direct email. And yeah, send me an email and I can send you some data sheets. I can send you the sizes of the 65 kilowatt turbine. That's the most popular one we think would be the best fit because it's low level 3. It works really well. It's really efficient for all the like the Tesla cars, the Rivians. You get charged up in about 30 to 45 minutes, enough to get home. You can get 60 to 80 miles of range in about 38 minutes.
Mm.
It just really beats level 2 charging. It's just awful, for people. And level 2 charging is what's holding back. Level 2 is what people have in their garage at home, 240-volt single phase power, 5, 6, 8 hour charges typically, for cars, Teslas and Rivians. Um, but level 3 charging is really what people want, and it's what they're going to need to be able to make it work and make it viable so that you're not sitting around for hours, waiting for your car to charge,
Mhm.
and get rid of the anxiety where you can get a full charge and know that you can get on the highway and you can make a few stops and go to the grocery store and then go home and not have to worry about it or think about getting hit with another tow fee, of getting your car towed and then having to pay to get it charged so that you can get it home. And that's what we're seeing right now is tow trucks are going out and picking up dead EVs on the side of the road. And then they go back and then they charge you for charging the vehicle. And then you have to wait there at the tow shop for 2 to 3 hours. If you ride with the tow truck, a lot of people we've called towing companies all over the country and asked them, like, how do you deal with the electric vehicle? And a lot of people just get an Uber and they go home and they let the tow truck or the tow company charge their car. And then they go get it in the morning when it's all charged up. And then they drive it back home. And it's just horrible. That's just not sustainable. That's not the way to do things. And if we've got natural gas ready to go, this is the perfect fit. It's a turnkey solution, and it turns commercial property owners into investors where you can make revenue with an empty parking lot.
Mm-hmm. Amazing. Well, thank you so much, Dave. Thank you for explaining this whole concept. And I think people probably learned a lot from this.
I hope so. That'd be great.
Well, thank you everyone for listening. Hope you did learn a lot and got a lot of takeaways. And please reach out to Dave with more questions. But we will see you back next time. Bye.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.